75. We're about ready for the coin toss, and the two teams coming out of the locker rooms now and coming out of the tunnel. And we've had some discussions here this week about the tunnel being such a big key in this game.
Wayne, years ago I played here, and this is the tunnel. This is the intimidating factor. What Michigan likes to do is get your opponent, their opponent, into the tunnel. They start screaming, they start yelling, they start saying, "Go blue, go blue," and they intimidate. I've seen teams lose in the tunnel. Loser game right there in the tunnel. George Perlis, you'll see, is waiting for Michigan to clear. He doesn't want that intimidation factor to get involved in the game today.
There are the Wolverines about to come on. Meanwhile, to the 50-yard line, the coin toss is being conducted right now. And in a moment, we'll be ready for college football. Bo Schembechler holding the Wolverines until the coin toss has been decided. Here we go. Michigan State won the toss, deferred their decision. Michigan now makes its choice. And there you have it. Now we'll get the explanation from the official. Michigan will receive to begin the first half of play. There's Bo Schembechler and his Wolverines. 2-2-0 in his 20th season at Michigan.
What a record he has, Wayne.
Here comes Michigan State down the tunnel now. Again, as you mentioned, Jim, they waited. Most of the time, teams will be in the tunnel together. They waited until Michigan State cleared.
That was designed by
Right when the toss is deferred.
Bo is holding his team right now. There's a little psychology going on here. There's a little psychological warfare going on.
Both Bo and George Perlis really respect each other as coaches. They have no love lost for each other, but they have a great deal of respect. They know what this rivalry means.
They're going to pull up a banner at the 50-yard line, and as Michigan comes across the field from across the way, each Michigan player will touch the bottom of that banner.
It's been a tradition here for years to do that.
Here we go.
You'll notice all the players leaping up and touching the banner, the Go Blue banner. Great tradition here in Michigan. Tremendous record.
Here come the Spartans, following the Wolverines right away.
You can hear it. You can hear it. The fans are ready.
The maize and blue of Michigan, the green and white of Michigan State. Now, here are the keys to today's game. The Miller musts.
For Michigan State, I believe the number one thing they must do is have a good game by Bobby McAllister, their quarterback. He has to throw the ball effectively. They must shut down the running game. They must put Michigan in a third and long, a definite passing situation. And they must control offensively the line of scrimmage. Michigan State likes to run the football. To do that, Mandarich and his crew has to control the line of scrimmage. And for Michigan, they must adjust to that stunt 4-3 defense. They have some schemes on it. They must adjust to it. They must avoid that third and long situation. They don't want to get into a definite passing situation. And they must eliminate turnovers. They turned the ball over 8 times in their last encounter between Michigan and Michigan State. If they do that, they can't win.
The keys for this afternoon's game. There's George Perlis in his 6th year at Michigan State, 32-27-3, defending Rose Bowl champions. And Michigan coach Bo Schembechler, his 26th year overall. He is 217, 63, and 7 here at Michigan. Bo at his 20th season, as we mentioned, a mark of 177, 46, and 4. The Michigan interior line, and it is a big one, averaging almost 288 pounds per man. And the anchor of that line, John Vitale. Mike Fusar, also an excellent veteran in that offensive line. Skrepenak is 322 pounds. Very good speed on the perimeter. McMurtry and Chris Callaway, very good speed. Taylor also dangerous when he gets out of the pocket and bowls. Of course, we talked about him in the pregame. Michigan State defensively, Vanderbeek, Ridgway, and Davis have played very well, especially against the run. Percy Snow is the middle linebacker to watch, and In the defensive backfield, John Miller had 4 interceptions in this game a year ago.
And when you also see Kurt Larson, he's the kind of guy that doesn't look flashy, but he gets into the plays. You'll see him deflect a few passes.
John Langloh has it on the tee for Michigan State. Colasar on the near side, lower portion of your screen. Tony Bowles on the top of your screen. Back deep for Michigan. Beautiful day. Temperature in the 50s, upper 50s. Kind of hazy sunshine here at Michigan Stadium. Better than 100,000 on hand. Langloh from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Honorable mention all Big Ten a year ago as a kicker. We'll see 2 outstanding kickers. Mike Gillette from Michigan is about to become the #2 all-time scorer in Michigan history. Here's the approach. We're underway. This is Bowles. Good coverage by Michigan State. Bowles out to the 21-yard line. Tony Bringingstool made the tackle. 20-yard return. Michigan puts it in play, 1st and 10.
Excellent coverage by the Spartans. As you saw in the graphic, Bowles ranks 6th in the country in kick returns, over a 29-yard average.
The Michigan offense rolling up 406 yards a game, 249 on the ground. Bowles in the backfield with Leroy Horde. Taylor to the air. Pass well off the mark, intended for McMurtry. 2nd down coming up for Michigan.
That may be one of the surprises that Michigan is going to pull on the Spartans, throwing on 1st down. It's not their normal habit.
John Buddy got some pressure on the quarterback that time. What Michigan State wants to force Michigan into is 2nd and long, 3rd and long. 2nd down and 10 for Michigan. Ford in motion. Taylor to the air again. Colasar. Play. Harlan Barnett on the tackle.
Colasar, number 40, a very dangerous receiver. Taylor here, you'll see, get pretty good protection. He's going to get some pressure from Buddy on the right side, but gets the ball off well, right on target to Colasar. Now, Colasar has 4.35 speed, a very dangerous receiver.
1st and 10, Michigan. Callaway and McMurtry to the bottom of your screen, the wide receivers. This is Horn. Percy Snow turned him back after a gain of 4.
Wayne, you saw how that defense just stuffs the inside, forces the runner to the bounce to the outside, and then the key is the pressure on the cornerbacks and on the safeties to make the stop.
Norm Parker, the defensive coordinator, Michigan State, was telling us last night they want teams running laterally, not straight ahead, not north-south. They want to get you into a lateral running game and count on the pursuit from their linebackers to make the play. 2nd and 6, Michigan. Wolverine 45. Play action. 1st down to the big tight end, Derek Walker. Larson, the outside linebacker, made the stop. And the Wolverines are in Spartan territory the first time today.
Wayne, the Spartan defense will not give you the long play, but they will give you the short one. And here Taylor will go to the tight end, Walker, on the short out pattern. Good coverage there by Kurt Larson. Came up and made the hit, but not in time to prevent the 1st down.
Colasar and Callaway to the bottom of your screen, the wide receivers. Bowles, the tail of the tandem of the I formation. Horde, the fullback. Michael Taylor looking it over out of 1st and 10. Near the state 47. This is Bowles. Percy Snow on an excellent tackle from behind. Looked to be a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards.
The way they got to the outside, the way Michigan got to the outside, it looked like he was going to pick up big yardage, but it was Percy Snow, the great quickness of the middle linebacker Snow. As we said, he'll go from sideline to sideline.
Tony Bowles, Jr. from Westland, Michigan. He has sophomore eligibility. 3rd nationally in rushing, 151 yards per game. Number 1 in the Big Ten in all-purpose yardage. 2nd and 5. Taylor optioning. Bowles. Penalty marker is down. And Bowles is close to a first down inside the Michigan State 40-yard line.
Wayne, they're going to call a clip or an illegal block from behind on Michigan. There was the force by John Miller, number 44, and I think he got hit from behind. Let's see if I'm right.
Yep.
There it is.
Flipping the call against Michigan. Maybe we can pick it up again. Let's watch it here.
Right there, it's McMurtry, number 1 of Michigan, on the clip. And I believe that's John Miller, 44. Yes, it is. You saw it right there.
Michigan State gets good pursuit.
We have clipping, previous start foul, coach. Previous start foul. Clipping on the offense, repeat 2nd down.
Well, the official was able to spot foul. It ends up more than a 10-yard walk-off.
2nd down now, long yardage situation for Michigan. Jeff Brown comes in at tight end, and they bring in an extra wide receiver. Colasar comes to the near side. There's Bo Schembechler. Tight end in motion on 2nd and long. Penalty markers all over the play. Bit of a ragged start here in the early going. No score. We're just underway. This is the initial offensive drive of the game for Michigan.
Michigan is the least penalized team in the Big
Ball
Ten.
start, the legal snap on the offense, repeat 2nd down.
They average only 4 penalties a ball game. We've seen this first series. They have 2.
There's the excellent Big Ten crew of officials led by Tom Quinn, the referee.
Bob Pickens, you'll see there was a fine tackle at Wisconsin years ago, in my era, years ago.
Years ago. You said that, not I. 2nd and long for Michigan now. Early first period of play, no score. 2nd and 25. Brown in motion. This is Taylor. Underneath to Bowles, who steered out of bounds near the midfield marker. Carlos Jenkins made the play, 12-yard pickup.
Again, the scheme of the Michigan secondary is give you the short stuff, especially in this kind of situation. They may have had too deep a drops by the linebacker. Taylor is doing a good job of looking off the primary receiver right here, the tight end. Good job. He looks, Bowles on the sideline. He looks off Bowles, goes to the short man there, and they pick up good yardage, but well short of the first down.
From the midfield marker, it is a 3rd and 13 now for Michigan State, or rather for Michigan against the Michigan State defense. Callaway in motion. Taylor in trouble. There's the pressure up the middle. Jason Ridgway, senior from Detroit.
Good pressure put on by the Spartans, but you know, I felt that Taylor really tucked the ball under a little too early. Let's see it right now. It's all going to be, it's not going to be anyone giving up. The whole pocket is going to collapse around. But you see right here, it looked like he still had a little more time. Couldn't find a receiver, and the Spartans just crushed him.
Bill Johnson was also there on the pressure. Mike Gillette in punt formation. That is Courtney Hawkins back deep. There's Gillette. He's had an excellent season kicking the football. This kick a little short, but the Wolverines have it covered, and they get a generous hop. They'll start the Spartans back inside the Michigan State 10-yard line. 48-yard punt. We've got a break in the action. Still scoreless in this skirmish between the Spartans and the Wolverines. We'll return after these words from your local stations. Is presented by authority of the Big Ten Conference and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Big Ten Conference is prohibited. Part of the tradition of a great rivalry like this is the program. There's one from, what, 1927. Michigan prevailed.
Huh? Michigan 21, Michigan State 0. In 1920, that was even before you and I. Huh?
Yeah, right. Long before you and I. Michigan State, 1st and 10 from the state 8-yard line. Bobby McAllister, quarterback, looks to the air. Moore, the fullback, picks up a first down to the 20.
How about this, Wayne? Two conservative teams, they came out throwing at the first down.
13-yard pickup. Tony Mandrich, the left tackle. He's the guy we talked about. Vince Tata, also a very effective right guard. He played some tackle earlier this year. Andre Rison is the man to watch at the skill positions, along with Blake Ezor. 1st and 10. Ezor lost the handle. Picked up by Milligan, and Michigan gets the first break of the game at the 20-yard line of Michigan State.
Oh, and what a big break. In tennis, you call that an unforced error. Blake Ezor just didn't get the handle on the football, and Michigan came up with it deep in Michigan State territory.
One thing that Michigan State had to do, and you mentioned it earlier, was eliminate turnovers. Couldn't afford any. Now the Wolverines at the 20-yard line. Michael Taylor, senior quarterback with junior eligibility. This is Bowles picking his way down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 6. Percy Snow made the stop.
Percy Snow made the stop, but he almost overran the play. His great athletic ability allowed him to react back to the hole.
Bowles is a glider. He has good speed, but really what he does is glide to the hole, and he's a little bit quicker than you might think.
Yeah, he runs under control, Wayne, and when he sees the opening, he just goes in a flash.
81-yard run last week was the longest for a Wolverine in 7 years. Ford is the fullback. Bowles the tailback. Colasar in motion on 2nd down. Bowles short of the first down, but inside the 15-yard line. Percy Snow on an undercut move. Led the charge of Michigan State tacklers. They flowed very well defensively to the football. Vanderbeek was also there from the defensive line.
If Michigan State can hold Michigan to a field goal in this situation, it may work to their advantage. It may get the momentum back in their corner.
2 tight ends in the ball game as Michigan is about 1.5 yards short of a first down. Wishbone formation. Stopped short of the first down at Tracy Williams. Vanderbeek arrived very quickly on the scene.
Boy, this is what they mean when they say penetration. Watch number 66 come across the line of scrimmage. That's Vanderbeek. Boom, right there, along with Davis. That is penetration, folks.
Loss of 1 yard. It is 4th down at 2.5 yards to go. Mike Gillette is on, and this kick would make him number 2 all-time Michigan scoring. 30-yard field goal attempt. Cash in with 3 on the fumble recovery by Milligan, and they lead the Spartans. First period of play. Another program from this great rivalry, dating all the way back into, what, the 1890s? 1938, Michigan prevailing 14-0 over Michigan State. Better than 100,000 on hand here. First period, that's the situation. Michigan cashing in on a fumble recovery at the state 20-yard line. Wolverines moved about 7 or 8 yards, but unable to put it in the end zone. Settled for a Mike Gillette field goal. 4-play, 8-yard drive.
Wayne, this is the 82nd time that Michigan has had over 100,000 people in this stadium. What a tradition.
Oh, it really is. Blake Ezor on the far side. Courtney Hawkins on the near side, and twin safeties receive this kick from Gillette. This is Ezor. In kamikaze-type fashion out across the 25. Rusty Fiechner, one of the finest special teams players in the country, made the undercut move that sent Ezor about 4 yards in the air.
Wayne, you'll see on this punt, it was so short, it came up short of the wall in front of him. Ezor said, I'm going forward. I'm going to do what I can. He just dives over the pile and got what he could.
9th-ranked rusher nationally is Blake Ezor, 121.5 yards per game. First down, Michigan State at the 26. James Moore, the fullback, pulling his way. He got about 5, maybe 6 yards. J.J. Grant, the inside linebacker, a junior, made the tackle. Alex Marshall, outside linebacker, also helped out. There's a look at the defensive front. Messner is the key man there. They'll move him around to the wide side of the field. At linebacker, J.J. Grant has played very well. John Milliken just recovered a fumble, and Tripp Welburn and Beta Murray, 2 excellent athletes at safety. Second down, Michigan State. This is Ezor. Hardly ever goes down on the first hit. He's very close to the first down of the 36. Milligan and Osman on the stop.
Blake Ezor only 180 pounds, but he runs like he's 210.
Runs bigger than his body, they say.
Sure does. And again, great speed. He's under 4.4 in the 40.
They're not afraid to give him the football. He's already carried for 108 times in this season of just 4 games entering today's action. Thought it was interesting at the top of the game today. Both teams who have such strong ground games, Michigan State just short of the first down. Both teams with such strong ground games came out throwing the football.
Well, they're trying to cross up those defenses. I'm sure Michigan doesn't expect Michigan State to throw the ball too often. And as you said, Bobby McAllister, what they want to do with McAllister is hit the short patterns early, get some confidence in him. Michigan goes with a 4-man down line now. Michigan State, third down, less than a yard. From the State 35. McAllister took it off the right side of his center and is very close to the first down. We'll have to wait till they unravel. J.J. Grant came over the top to try to sting him back. It all depends on the thrust up front. They're going to have to call for a measurement again. All depends on that mark. Does the official mark it on his left foot or his right foot? That's right. I kind of expected Ezor to go over the top. Michigan is held. Getting another look at that play. There's Messner, number 60. Sometimes, Wayne, you go at the quickest guy. You go at the best defender. In this case, they try to go at Messner, but he rose to the task. Michigan State will take no chances. Inside its 40, they're going to kick it away. Josh Butlin comes on. He's been a bit inconsistent. Colasar is back deep for the Wolverines. Colasar has great speed. He averages 7 yards per return. There's Butlin. He's had 2 punts blocked this year. Averaging 42 yards a kick, though. He placed 3 inside the 20 with a long of 68. Under no pressure, gets away his kick. Colasar lets it hit, and it takes a Michigan State bounce. Spartans are going to cover this one inside the 5. So both teams have been pinned deep in their own territory now here in this first period of play. We have 7-12, 60-yard punt that time. 7-12 to go in the first. We'll be back after these words from your local stations. Today's game is brought to you in part by Ameritech. Ameritech, solutions that work. Wayne Larrabee and Jim Grabowski, we are at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Sellout crowd on hand. The 81st meeting between Michigan and Michigan State. And so far, Wayne, kind of what we expected, a defensive struggle. The only points put on the board after a turnover in Michigan State territory.
Cliff Confer is in at the defensive line position for Michigan State in place of Ridgway. Well, no, Ridgway's in there. He's in the ballgame in place of Matt Vanderbeek. Michael Taylor on a first down, just inside his 5. Ford gets the call for tough yardage over the top. Second down upcoming on a gain of about 4. John Buddy made the stop. Yes, the son of Ed Buddy, former All-Pro offensive lineman at Kansas City. His brother Brad was a standout All-America at USC and later played for the Kansas City Chiefs as well.
Good genes again, huh?
Yep. Give him a gain of about 3 on that play. 2nd and 7 for Michigan. Here's the Michigan State band. Ford had a hole this time. Penalty markers are down. Ford out close to a first down to the 14-yard line. Cliff Confer made the stop on the play. May have been a reason for that hole being as gaping as it was.
We're going to see.
Holding the call against Michigan.
Let's see if we can pick up the hold. You'll see the left side of the defensive line. That's Hussar 74 coming out on Ridgway. That may have been the hold right there. Pretty good blocking, though.
Michigan with that big offensive line. Now the officials half the distance to the goal. Mark it off. They're going to look at the Michigan Brain Trust on the near sidelines. Michigan will face second down again. 2nd and 11 now, and the football to the 4-yard line.
That is the 3rd penalty on Michigan. As I said,
yep,
they've only averaged 4 per game. All the 3 penalties on the offense.
Michigan State is the most penalized team in the Big Ten Conference this year, averaging about 8 penalties a game. Michigan only averages about 4 penalties a game. 2nd down, 11 yards to go. Bowles to the outside. Got by Miller and almost got the first down. Carlos Jenkins, the outside linebacker, finally picked him up defensively. A sophomore from Boynton Beach, Florida.
Good job of bouncing to the outside by Bowles. He's a dangerous, dangerous runner. 81-yard touchdown run last week against Wisconsin.
Got 9 on that play, leaving a 3rd down at about 2 yards to go from the 13-yard line. 3 wide receivers in the game now for Michigan. Colazar going out to the top of your screen. Greg McMurtry coming to the near side. Here's Callaway in the slot. Michigan 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Horde didn't get there. Leroy Horde is stopped short of the mark. Snow and Davis responded for George Perlis. Michigan State defense.
Once again, you'll see the penetration of the Spartan defense. 3 wide receivers. They try to cross them up. You're expecting pass. Look at that penetration right there. Forces by Buddy. Forces Horde to the outside. And then it's Snow and the rest of the Spartans that make the tackle.
Courtney Hawkins in single safety. Young freshman out of Flint, Michigan. Beecher High School. Great athlete. Here's Gillette's kick. Oh, they were coming for him. May have gotten a piece of it. He shanks it, but gets a generous roll. Finally, the Wolverines down it at the 45-yard line of Michigan State. Lance Dotton on the coverage. 41-yard punt. Some pressure here.
Let's see how close they come. Nah, not really that close. Nah.
I thought somebody might have gotten a piece of it the way it came off his foot. We've got a break of the action. First period of play. 4:36 to go in the first. Michigan leading 3-0. Continuing with our theme, the programs of the rivalry. Michigan State, Michigan. There it is, circa 1947. Ooh, Michigan, that was a big win for the Wolverines there.
This is the best field position for Michigan State so far in this ballgame.
At the state 45. Moore, the fullback, has figured big in Spartan plans in the early going here. He's got a first down, or very close to it, at the 45 of Michigan on a 10-yard pickup. Milligan on the tackle.
Wayne, the Spartan coaches said that they were going to go early to the short patterns. They're going to Moore. They're going to the tight end. We're going to see this throughout the ball game. Give that Bobby McAllister some confidence in his passing.
That's what Morris Watts, the offensive coordinator for Michigan State, said last night. We want to build this kid's confidence. He's had a shaky preseason. 1st and 10, Michigan State. That's Wilson in motion. This is Ezor. Looks like another first down on a 10-yard gain. David Key made the stop. Give him 11 on the pickup. Great speed to the outside, Jim.
If you're going to run the football wide, you have to have a tight end that blocks. Now watch Gusevich, 86, to block on Abrams. Stays up right in him. Opens the hole for Ezor. Also a good block by number 81, Bernard Wilson, out on the outside.
Michigan State moving the ball on the ground now. Ezor again. Messner was there to meet him on the play along with Alex Marshall. Teeter also got a piece of him. Gain of about 2 or 3.
It was really Teeter that got the penetration to change Ezor's route back to the inside.
2nd down and about 8 yards to go. Anthony Mitchell goes into the Michigan secondary. Extra defensive back. McAllister under pressure. This is where he's dangerous. He is short of the first down on a nifty open field tackle by John Milligan.
Good job by McAllister. He felt the pressure coming in on him immediately. Now let's see it. Watch it. He has no time to set up. Inside, they came with the blitz by J.J. Grant, 95. McAllister, great athletic ability, slips through that little hole. Now he's looking for the first down. Back out to the outside. He's looking to make a big play, but Milligan made a nice tackle.
He stepped up. He scrambled forward, which is something he has not been doing a lot of this year, the coaches were telling us. They want him moving forward when he scrambles. 3rd down at about 1.5 yards. Ezor's got the first down. J.J. Grant on the stop. There's George Perlis. Marvelous job with this program. Turned down a lucrative offer to coach the Green Bay Packers last winter.
Well, I could have been good for him at Green Bay.
Says something about the man, though. You know, he feels that this is the job he's been called to do, Michigan State.
Very principled coaches on both sides of the field. Bo Schembecker, of course, is a great one, and so is George Perlis.
1st and 10, Michigan State. Ezor inside the 20 to the 19. Brett White cut his legs out from under him.
These are 2 fine defenses, Wayne. Coming into this football game, Michigan ranked 1st in total defense, 2nd in pass defense, and 3rd in the rushing defense.
Rison and Wilson both out to the top of your screen. 2nd and 7. Ezor. Great tackle made by Trip Wilburn. Very athletic safety, and he cut down Blake Ezor. May have saved a touchdown to the outside.
Well, Ezor saw some room out to the outside, had a blocker out in front of him, but great reaction by number 3, Trip Wilburn. Let's see it now. You'll see a hole open up in the middle now. Ezor sees it to the outside right now. He sees it there. He's going to take it outside. Watch the reaction back by 3, Wilburn.
See, he would have gotten a block on 15, Arnold out there, and he might have been gone had Wilburn not made the tackle. 3rd down. McAllister being blitzed. Throw it away.
Hey, Wayne, he threw it away, but he did one heck of a job of buying some time to throw it away. Michigan loves the blitz inside the 20. They try to force something to happen.
Langloh coming on for a field goal try of 34 yards. Josh Butland, the punter, is the holder. This to draw Michigan State even in this first period of play.
the left goalpost.
Michigan maintains a 3-0 lead over Michigan State with 1 minute 11 seconds to go. First period of play.
How close it is. 2 inches to the right. It's a tie ball game. Hits the left goalpost and bounces away.
Langlois struggled, missed a couple of field goals in the game last week in the rain against Iowa. He is now just 4 of 9 to the field goal department with a long of 39. He had been 4 of 5 from that range, 30 to 39 yards. Michigan takes over. Callaway in motion. Taylor. Through the hands of the big tight end, Jeff Brown.
That bootleg action had Michigan State fooled. Taylor got to the outside clear looking for Brown, the tight end. He overthrew him, but Taylor had some room to run.
2nd and 10 coming up for Michigan. Taylor, well, very intelligent quarterback. He doesn't make big mistakes. He has not thrown an interception yet this year. Matter of fact, Michigan has only turned the ball over 3 times in 4 games this season. That's really very good efficiency. Colasar and Callaway to the bottom of your screen. That's Colasar in motion. Ball forced wide. Carlos Jenkins forced him out of bounds. Right about at the 20-yard line. 3rd and 10 coming up. Great example of that 4-3 stunt defense.
It certainly is, and a great example of the speed of Bowles. That was a 3-yard loss, but his speed got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Michigan defense on the bench. They have played well here today thus far. Spartans started to move the ball on them the last drive. Michigan is 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. George Furless looks on from the state sideline. McMurtry and Callaway to the near side. Penalty markers all over that play. Michigan State says it's against Michigan, and the Wolverines seem to agree.
The only thing that's important is what the officials decide upon.
Illegal procedure against Michigan. That's the 4th penalty against the Wolverines.
They just hit their average.
That's what they average per game thus far.
Well, Wayne, the way Michigan State lines up, we talked about their stunt 4-3 defense. It really makes the offensive line think. And when you have to think too much and not react, you're going to get penalties.
Officials have not marked off the yardage as of yet. They're talking with Michigan State right now. 3 wide receivers will be in the game for Michigan when they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Wayne, I think what the Spartans are asking right now is, did the down count?
Yeah, can we take the down rather than the penalty? I don't believe they can because they held up the action.
They certainly did.
Anxious Michigan bench. Some of the defensive personnel who will be coming on. Now the officials are making sure the coaches know they're resetting the clock. Back to a minute left to go in this first period of play. Apparently we've had a problem with the clock. They had a problem with the clock earlier in the Miami game this year. The scoreboard clock wasn't functioning properly. Now it's 3rd and 15. We're ready to go. Wolverines from their 15-yard line. Taylor. Brown with some open field. But not enough open field for the first down. Derek Reed picked him up in a hurry along with Harlan Barnett. 12-yard gain, but the Wolverines needed a little more than that. And it is 4th down for Michigan.
That was John Miller, the safety's man, but Miller trying to react to the pass, slipped on that AstroTurf and allowed Brown to pick up pretty good yardage, but short of the first down.
Courtney Hawkins, the freshman, dropping back deep, averaging 5 yards per return. There's Mike Gillette, 44-yard average today. Cuts off a beauty. Hawkins goes down to the 30-yard line. Rusty Fiechner again makes the stop. 44-yard punt, 1-yard return.
Well, that was a fine punt, Wayne, and great coverage by the Wolverines.
First and 10 for the Spartans at their 30-yard line with 11 seconds left to go on the scoreboard clock in this first period of play. Michigan leading Michigan State. Michigan, I might add, cashing in on a fumble recovery by John Milligan deep in Michigan State territory. The Spartan defense held firm, and Michigan settled for a 30-yard field goal. The fullback Moore for about a yard, maybe two. Mike Evans in the mid-portion of the Michigan defense rose to the occasion. Time winding down to this first period of play, and at the end of one period complete, the Wolverines had the edge on the Spartans and will return to Michigan Stadium. After this, from your local station, this is the Big Ten football. Wayne Larrabee and Jim Grabowski. We are at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. 3-0. The Wolverines leading the Spartans, and Michigan State facing a second down with about 9 yards to go coming up.
And a pretty close to the vest first quarter by both teams.
Nobody did much in the gambling department. They all still have their cards. Rising and Wilson, the two receivers, out to the top of your screen. Ezor is the tail of the tandem. James Moore, the fullback. Bobby McAllister. Blake Ezor. Messner, with great quickness, came over to make the hit in the hole. Gain of a yard. Was it Milligan or Messner? Milligan made the tackle on the play. I beg your pardon.
Well, we have a 30 for Milligan and a 60 for Messner.
I saw the 0 again and overreacted. Anthony Mitchell into the defensive scheme in the secondary. Bobby Abrams comes out as Michigan goes to the nickel defense. Third down. Moore for the first down. Key forced him out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
He has that short, flat area. He was covering. He was tending more towards the middle of the field, looking for. He left Moore open to get enough room for the first down.
Early second period of play in Ann Arbor. Spartans out of first and 10 at their 42. Wilson in motion. Ezor forced to the outside. Penalty marker is down. Key came up from the secondary to support on the run, and he made the tackle. A loss of a couple of yards.
Great job of forcing by David Key. A penalty on the play, and it may be that Key also forced a penalty. Looked like he got hit from behind.
Illegal motion against Michigan State. Illegal motion or illegal shift. See if we can. There's Wilson in motion.
Let's see if he turns up.
No, that was in the line early.
And I'll tell you what.
It looked like it was in the line before Wilson had a chance to do anything illegal.
Illegal shift on the offense. Declined.
Penalty is declined.
Michigan, of course, will take the play. They lost 2 yards, did the Spartans, back to the 40-yard line. Now it's second down and 12.
This was an illegal shift, not an illegal motion, and I didn't see the illegal shift.
I didn't either.
Okay, I think what they must have meant is two people were moving at once.
I'm sure they've got it right. That's for sure. Second down and 12. Marshall and Messner.
You'll see number 59, Alex Marshall, the outside linebacker, coming in on the pressure. Looked like a delayed type of blitz. McAllister setting up in the pocket, looking downfield. Now watch 59 coming in to make the initial hit. And then Messner, number 60. And I guess Messner will get the credit for a sack. That'll be his third sack of this season.
Michigan State, 3 of 4 on third down. They got third down in a bunch. Azor upended on the middle of the line. A penalty marker is on the field. T.J. Osmond made the stop after a gain of about 2.
Well, where the penalty was thrown, it's probably going to go against Michigan State, and I would guess the Wolverines will decline that penalty.
Holding the call against Michigan State. And I believe you're right, Jim. Gain of just 2 on that play. That would force a 4th down and punting situation. So the penalties beginning to even up here a bit. I believe, what's that, the 3rd or 2nd or 3rd on Michigan State?
Holding on the offense. Decline. 4th down.
That's the situation. Josh Butland is on. There's Bo Schembechler in the sunglasses. Butland is on to kick it away. John Colasar back deep, averaging 7 yards per return. This one hits out of bounds in the vicinity of the 17-yard line. No return. Excellent kick. Excellent placement by Josh Butland. 47-yard punt. Michigan will start at its 17-yard line when we resume. We'll be back. Stay tuned to the second half of today's game for the announcement of the Valvoline Big Ten High Performance Player of the Week. Valvoline will be donating $1,000 to the general scholarship funds of the Big Ten universities. The Valvoline Big Ten High Performance Player of the Week. Wayne Larrabee, Jim Grabowski, Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, 12:59 to go first half. There's a look at the play selection for Michigan. A few more passes than we expected early on. Taylor looking to the air again. Pass off the mark intended for Bowles. Taylor got some pressure from Vanderbeek and Jason Ridgway that time. Miller had the coverage downfield.
Well, Taylor had Bowles open out in the flat. Poorly thrown football.
2nd and 10 as a result. Michigan leading 3-0 here.
You cannot criticize Taylor's passing very often because coming into this football game, he had completed 66% of his passes.
Number 1 of the Big Ten in passing efficiencies. 0 for 3 passing on first down here today. Now 2nd and 10. Had a lot of time, and Jeff Brown is denied a first down by Kurt Larson, the linebacker on the outside. And Michigan will face a 3rd down and almost 4 yards to go.
Well, that was a good stand-up tackle by Kurt Larson. But Jeff Brown had his back turned to him, and as he turned, Larson laid the leather on him.
3rd and 4 coming up. Michigan State sidelines. Bowles leads the ball game along with Jeff Brown. Colasar to the top of your screen. McMurtry to the bottom. And Callaway joins him in the slot. 3rd down. Ford's got the first down and then some. Derek Horde broke free out of the backfield. Percy Snow on the stop for Michigan State.
Good decision by Michael Taylor. He was looking to Horde right away. You'll see 33 just kind of slip out of that backfield. He delays, looks for a linebacker. No linebacker. He turns and looks for the football. Now he knows he only has 4 or 5 yards to get the first down, and he's going for it, and he gets it. Good moves there by Horde, too. Broke 2 tackles.
Junior with the sophomore eligibility out of New Orleans, Louisiana, St. Augustine High School. Leroy Horde, 1st and 10. Horde again. Well, the fullbacks have figured a little more heavily in the offensive game plan on both sides. James Moore for Michigan State and Leroy Horde for the Wolverines. Travis Davis made the tackle in the interior portion of the state defense.
Horde coming into this football game had carried the ball 27 times for a total of 85 yards.
Gain of about 3 yards on that play. We'll give him 2. A little bit less than 3. 2nd down. Percy Snow reacting very quickly once again. Boy, they really do keep that middle linebacker uncovered. We're going to get a look at Percy Snow from the top of the play.
Well, you'll see here again in this stunt defense, no one really gets a shot of him. Now, he's all the way to the left side, comes all the way right, good speed to make the hit. When you're going to be in that kind of defense, you better have a middle linebacker that can move. And you have one there in Percy Snow.
Quickness the key, right? Bowles leaves the lineup for Michigan now as the Wolverines put 3 wide receivers into the mix on 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. 38-yard line, Wolverine territory. Taylor. Ford has another first down. To the 46-yard line of Michigan, and Miller arrives on the scene to make the stop. That's twice now where the fullback has come out of the backfield wide open.
Well, the linebackers of Michigan State get into their drops very quickly. It's a zone type of defense, and when you only have 3 or 4 yards to pick up, it's a great call to your fullback. With that, the little delay, he finds an opening, turns for the football, and Taylor's gotten it to him.
Michigan leading 3-0. We have 10-12 left to go, first half of play. That's Callaway to the top of your screen, McMurtry to the bottom. Jeff Brown is the tight end on the top. Bowles the tail of the tandem. The option for Taylor. Davis made the hit across the midfield marker at the Michigan State 49-yard line. Gain of 5.
Excellent job by the Wolverine offense of sealing back in the inside. You'll notice that Percy Snow was not in that play. You would think if Taylor turned it up, Snow would be there, but there was some fine blocking out in front and sealed the inside.
Total yardage in the ball game thus far, Michigan State 66. Michigan with a big edge. 2nd down for the Wolverines and 5 yards to go. Bowles. Very close to the first down. I believe he picked it up. Benson Donaldson made the stop, a junior out of Detroit. Henry Ford High School.
That was a great example of how Michigan State just jams the inside, forces the runner to the outside. In this case, the Spartan quarterback didn't come up quick enough for the force. Now you watch it here, you'll see the guard Hussar pulling with the lead by 33 Horde. Now see how it's all jammed up in the middle, and a good decision by Bowles, taking it to the outside. Now it's a cornerback or safety, has to come up and make the force right there, and he wasn't in time to prevent the first down. In that case, I believe it was Donaldson, came up on the force.
From the 44 of Michigan State. Bowles. Got maybe 4 yards. Ridgway came up in support from the defensive line on the stop, along with Jenkins, the linebacker, and Donaldson in the defensive secondary. Boy, the safeties and the cornerbacks from Michigan State support very well on the run.
They have to in this defense. It's a key of their defense. If you're a Wolverine, you have to be very patient against this defense. You know you're not going to see gaping holes, so you got to pick up your 3 to 4 yards, and 4 yards 3 times give you a first down. Michael Taylor was really hit as he released the football.
Jason Ridgway really applied the hammer to him. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Let's see if we pick it up. There's 55. Jason Ridgway. Watch it. Taylor's going to release the football and... Oh, God, I'm glad it's not me.
I got sore ribs right now, Jim. 3rd down now. They forced Michigan into a 3rd and 6. The 11th play of the drive coming up, as you just saw.
Let's see if that short pattern will work again.
Leroy Horde, the lone setback. Taylor was trying to hit the tight end, who looked like it was pretty well covered. Derek Walker had some white jersey around him. Let's see if we can pick it up again.
Wayne, this time you'll see Percy Snow, 48 in the middle of your screen on the right. He's going to stay with Horde, so that takes away that receiver. Now you'll see the tight end turning in there. Not much of a hole, but the ball overthrown.
Would have been tough to get it over that linebacker right there near the 21-yard line. Would have taken some kind of touch. Mike Gillette on in punt formation now. On 4th down for Michigan. Gillette gets leverage into it. Trying to get Michigan downfield to cover. Out of bounds. Inside the 10 near the 6-yard line of Michigan State. Well placed. 34-yard effort by Mike Gillette. 7:50 to go. Back after these words from your local stations. Today's game is brought to you in part by Ameritech. Ameritech, solutions that work. This is Wayne Larrabee with Jim Grabowski. We're at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. A beautiful day for college football. The Wolverines and the Spartans getting together for the 81st time.
Wayne, this is the second time the Michigan State has had to start their drive inside the 10-yard line.
1st and 10 near the 5. Ezor to the 11-yard line, at a gain of 6. Over to make the tackle, J.J. Grant. Fine inside linebacker, junior out of Liverpool, New York. He's the man that calls the defensive signals for Bo Schembechler on the front 7 of the line.
When you're trying to get away from your own end zone 5 yards on the 1st down running play, you'll be very happy with it.
Second down. Ezor again. This time has a 1st down, or so it appears. Out across the 15 near the 16-yard line. David Key made the undercut move defensively. Ezor so quick.
He certainly is, Wayne. Good blocking out in front. Watch all world number 79. That's Tony Mandarich on Milligan 30. Milligan didn't have much of a chance there. That's 315 pounds blocking against a linebacker 230.
Somebody say he eats 3 pounds of chicken for supper. 1st and 10. Ezor tripped up in the backfield. Great play by Mike Teeter.
Penetration, penetration. There's an example of it. Out of the nose guard position, Mike Teeter got across the line of scrimmage.
Loss of a couple of yards. 2nd and 12. Michigan State offensively, we were told by so many people, Morris Watts, the offensive coordinator, by George Perlis, that they cannot handle 2nd or 3rd and long situations offensively. Their offense has to operate from plus situations. 2nd and 5 or less, that type of thing. McAllister. Second sack of the day for Michigan.
Well, credit the secondary coverage. McAllister couldn't find a receiver open. Decided to run, as we said, he wants to run downfield, not to the sidelines, but the reaction back by, I believe it was number 59, Alex Marshall, got McAllister from behind.
3rd and 15. These are the situations Michigan State wanted to stay out of. Their offense is not a big play unit. They had trouble picking up 15 yards at a clip. 2 of 5 and 3rd downs are the Spartans. McAllister going deep for Risen. Oh, and a penalty marker down. Risen was held up on the play by David Key. This is going to be a 1st down for Michigan State, I believe. Should be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the ball, right?
You're right. Andre Rison, a very, very dangerous receiver. David Key felt that he was beat by Rison, made the contact. Let's see it right here. That's 26, David Key. Now watch him make the contact on Andre Rison right there. Pull him. It wasn't much, but it really knocked Rison off his pattern. But they're going to call it defensive. Wait a second. Offensive offsetting penalties. Holding in the line. Interference on the Wolverines. The play goes over.
3rd down and 15 once again. They said that Michigan State doesn't usually make big plays, and they almost made one. Had Rison not been held up, he might have had that ball. But holding would have wiped out the play anyway. 3rd and long. McMaster didn't get nearly enough. But again, they took it straight up the gut, which is what they wanted. Beta Murray made the stop. Round of applause for the Michigan defense.
Once again, it was Mike Teeter who put the pressure on McAllister, forcing him out of pocket.
Josh Butland on a punt formation. Colasar back deep. There's Butland. Having a good day today. Shanked this one a bit. Not going to get much of a bounce. Michigan will start in Spartan territory at the 49. Just a 27-yard punt. 4:42 left to go. First half of play. Michigan at the moment playing on the lead. Wayne Larrabee, Jim Grabowski back at Michigan Stadium. The Wolverines will start 1st and 10 in enemy territory. How about that? Talk about timing, huh? Before 100,000. There they go. All right.
There's the ring.
All right, there's the ring, yep. How about that?
I guess that means she's going to say yes. Huh?
Talk about a grandstand play. Taylor. First down to McMurtry at the 38-yard line. 11-yard gain.
Wayne, that's the 4th time that Taylor has thrown on first down. The first he's completed. Good play action right there. Taylor looking to McMurtry all the way. And McMurtry is such a smooth receiver. Got 1 foot in bounds, and it's a first down.
38-yard line of Michigan State. The only score of the game, a Mike Gillette field goal of 30 yards following a fumble recovery by John Milligan. Blake Ezor lost the handle on the football, and Michigan State got it deep in Spartan territory. First down here. For about 7. Carlos Jenkins, the outside linebacker, made the stop of the play. He averages 8.4 tackles per game. Has broken up 4 passes.
Good job by Bowles of running under control. He cut left, he cut right, did a few stutter steps, found an opening, and picked up those 7 yards.
I know who she likes. Written all over her. Second down. A little bit more than 3 yards to go. 4 minutes left to go in the half. Taylor on the option. For a first down to the 26-yard line. Percy Snow on the stop. He is so dangerous, Jim, you have to respect his ability to run the football. And he was an option quarterback in high school. He has a good knack, a good feel on the option. That's something that, you know, it's hard to teach. A kid has to be able to do that on his own.
And when they run the option, you can expect Taylor to run the football. The Spartans are taking away the perimeters, trying to get Taylor to turn it back up inside into the likes of Percy Snow.
George Furless and company trying to figure out how to halt this Michigan drive that began on the 49-yard line of Michigan State. Looked like a broken play of sorts, and Taylor just took it straight ahead.
That was called, Wayne. I think that was a called play in the huddle. Quarterback sneak. Michigan State said that you'll see often Michael Taylor with called quarterback draws. Now, that wasn't a draw, but it was a sneak. And
it almost looked like the snap occurred too soon. There was a little movement beforehand. Markers down, but you're right. He took 1 step back, planted his back foot, and then went forward. Picked up a yard or 2. Second down. Colasar in motion. Taylor for Colasar. John Miller on the coverage. Third down and 8 yards to go for Michigan.
This young man, number 40, Colasar, is a very dangerous receiver. You'll see him in motion. Now he just takes it wide, fakes the short pattern, turns it upfield. Good coverage right there by John Miller. Now, it would have taken a perfect pass for a reception. He had a half a step on Miller, but the ball just overthrown.
Michigan facing a third down and 8. Bowles comes out of the lineup. 2 of 7 on third downs, and they average about 6.5 yards to go to the Wolverines thus far today on third down calls. 3 receivers in the game. Taylor. He'll get it himself. First and goal. Pickup, Barnett and Miller on the stop, and let's watch it again.
Great decision by Michael Taylor. He wants to go downfield. He's looking right, look left. Now watch, he sees the hole. He sees the hole right here, and the linebackers deep in their drop areas. He knows right now that he's got the first down. Now he's looking for the score. Good cut back inside, and a first down goal for Michigan Wolverines.
At the 7-yard line of the Spartans. Taylor, met by Snow. May have angled the ball inside the 5 on a gain of 2.5 yards.
Once again, the option by the Wolverines being forced back to the inside. They do not want, Michigan State does not want the ball in the hands of Bowles on the outside. He has a flying speed. They'd rather risk Michael Taylor back inside.
Second down, gain of 2 on that play. Football at the 5-yard line, as you can see. McMurtry to the bottom of your screen, the lone wide receiver. Double tight ends. Taylor to Bowles.
Great blocking inside. They just sealed it off for Bowles. We said you don't want it in the hands of Bowles to the outside, and that's exactly why. And the Michigan fans just love it.
49-yard drive. Gillette for the point after. Half the play. Let's watch it again.
Michael Bowles sees the opening the outside and just pitches it back out the Bowles, and once he has the football, there's no one to stop him.
1:28 to go in the half. Michigan now leading by 10 points. We'll return after these words from your local stations. Wayne Larrabee, Jim Grabowski, 10-0 Michigan, and Mike Gillette's kickoff, sailing toward Blake Ezor on the 6. Out to the 24, and again it is Rusty Fiechner, his 3rd special teams tackle of the day.
Rusty Fiechner has some great genes, too. His father was a player at Cleveland, a defensive back at Cleveland, and a coach in the NFL for many years, Russ Fiechner.
Michigan drive. Very impressive. I'll tell you something, Michigan State has got to come up with some kind of a solution to that option because Michael Taylor is just driving them nuts. Michigan State with 1:23 with which to work. 3 timeouts left. Ezor. Penalty marker is down. J.J. Grant, the linebacker, made the tackle. There's the defensive huddle. Holding the call on Michigan State. Penalties beginning to even up in a hurry. Michigan was guilty of 4 penalties in the early going, and I believe that's the 3rd on Michigan State.
Wayne, we may see Michigan start calling some timeouts.
There's the Michigan State first half possessions. Fumble, punt, missed field goal, and a couple of punts.
Holding on the offense. Repeat first down.
So it'll be first down once again, this time back at the 15-yard line for Michigan State. And again, as I mentioned, the coaches were saying, and Morris Watts said, hey, our offense, you know, again, it's hard for us to recover from 1st and 20s. And last week, I guess at one point, they had a 1st and 30.
I would expect Michigan State just to run the football going into halftime and regroup.
Michigan leading 10-0. Final 2 minutes of play. Blake Ezor gets the call for a tough yard or two. Michigan defense really solidifying itself now. T.J. Osmond came over to make the tackle from his defensive tackle position.
Michigan State is really having a tough job of handling the nose guard of Michigan. In this case, Osmond, and early in this first half, it was Mike Teeter.
Second down and 19 for the Spartans at their own 16-yard line. Final 35 seconds of the first half. McAllister looking to the air. Now he'll take it himself. Gets it out to the 18-yard line. Bobby Abrams made the tackle along with T.J. Osmond. Gain of about 2 or 3 yards at the most. George Perlis and company, yep, as Jim mentioned, they're going to regroup, and
Michigan just called a timeout, Wayne.
Michigan feels they may get a shot at it again. They have 2 timeouts remaining now.
Well, what they want to do is maybe try to pick it off, force a fumble. If not, make them punt, go for the block.
23 seconds left to go. Bo Schembechler with his defensive unit.
And you know one thing, when Bo speaks, his players listen.
Yeah, it's like E.F. Hutton, right? Michigan State trailing 10-0. They are 2 of 6 on third downs. They average about 9.5 yards to go. So Michigan has done a good job against Michigan State in third down situations. It is a crisp day, a hazy sunshine type of day here in Ann Arbor. The fall colors, I tell you, in another week, Jim, they are going to be stunning.
They're not bad right now.
No. Third and about 17 yards to go here for Michigan State. There you get a look at some of it. Next week, they'll really bloom. Wilson in motion. Hickson gets the call. Young running back, sophomore out of Fort Lauderdale, Dillard High School, the same high school that produced Lorenzo White. He picks up yardage out close to the 24. 16 seconds left to go.
Michigan once again calls the timeout. This is right as the play is ending now.
Woo.
That's Arnold. 15 taking a little swing. There is no love lost between these two teams.
Nope, not at all. Well, we got that feeling from both sides yesterday as we did our preparations. 4th down and 11 yards to go now for Michigan State. Josh Butland is on to punt. Michigan has 1 timeout remaining. They have 16 seconds left on the clock, and
now, Wayne, what you may look for, if this is a short punt, you may look for Colasar to free catch and to fair catch the ball, and they can line up for a free kick.
Right. Butland out in punt formation. Colasar back deep, 16 seconds to go. Arnold is at the top of your screen from Michigan. He's the guy that has the great quickness to get in there.
Going for the block.
Beautiful punt by Butland.
No fair catch here.
Colasar back deep, drops the football, and just falls on it back near the 27-yard line. Clock stops with 8 seconds left to go. 52-yard punt. Boy, he's kicked some beauties today. He struggled in the rain last week. Of course, the wet conditions were not conducive to kicking the football last week against Iowa.
Many punters struggle in the rain.
But it'll be a 1st and 10 for Michigan, and the Wolverines get another crack or two. They've got 1 timeout left, 8 seconds to go in the first half of play. Michigan leading 10-0.
with the bad field position, you may just see Michigan just run it out now. If it was a little better, they'd put the ball in the air, but let's see, Bo's been known to cross me up many times, so.
Let's see what Taylor tries right here on first down. He just downs the football, the clock winds down, and this first half of play is history. Michigan State trails Michigan at halftime, and what so far could be termed a defensive struggle. Michigan State cashing in on a fumble recovery by John Milligan for a field goal, then took a 49-yard drive to the end zone by Tony Poles, and the Wolverines play on the lead at halftime. Today's game in the background now, the Michigan Marching Band, entertaining better than 100,000 on hand here at Michigan Stadium on a gorgeous fall afternoon for college football. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Defense really set the tone in this ball game in the first half of play. Number 48 in white, that's Percy Snow.
And he's the man in most of the defensive plays for the Spartans. You'll see the good reaction back to the outside, making the tackle on Bowles, number 42. And Michigan also plays some defense. There's David Key, number 26, making a fine penetration move, making the tackle on Blake Ezor.
Here's a key play in the first half, led to the first points of the game.
You'll see this is the unforced error. The ball right in the hands of Blake Ezor, just didn't look it into his hands, fumbled it right in the hands of John Milligan.
And option play here by Taylor. This really characterized the whole 49-yard drive that Michigan had for the touchdown.
Well, you'll notice here that they seal the inside, but the pitch, good decision by Taylor out the Bulls, and look at it, it's wide open for Bulls into the end zone, no one to stop him. A touchdown for Michigan.
Now here are the halftime stats, brought to you by Buick. Pretty tough ball game defensively. Michigan has the edge in total yardage. First down's almost even.
And the big edge in time of possession, 18 minutes to almost 12 minutes for Michigan State. Pretty close football game, though.
Take a look at some of the individual stats when we get a chance here. At time of possession, a big factor, no question about it. Taylor, 33 yards on 7 carries. Bowles has 47 yards on 10 carries for Michigan. Let's take a look at some of the other scores on the Budweiser scoreboard. Penn State rolling over Cincinnati. Penn State lost, to Rutgers last week.
Sure did.
Bad time to play the Nittany Lions. Clemson, Virginia coming up later. Virginia Tech in the second period leading South Carolina. Memphis State and Florida coming up a bit later. Later games, Purdue and Illinois, Nebraska and Kansas. Wisconsin plays Iowa, and Mississippi and Alabama coming up later. And, of course, Indiana and Ohio State coming up after our ball game. We're at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor. Halftime about to conclude. The Wolverines over the Spartans by 10. This game is being brought to you by Budweiser Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Buick and your local Buick dealer. The Great American Road belongs to Buick. And by Mr. Goodwrench. No one knows your GM car better than Mr. Goodwrench. No one. Wayne Larrivee, Jim Grabowski at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. A 10-0 lead for the Wolverines at halftime as we get set to start the second half. And it's a pleasure to be joined by the governor of the great state of Michigan. There he is, James Blanchard. Great to have you with us, Governor.
Thank you, and welcome to Michigan and to another classic.
It certainly is. It's been a great ball game thus far, though you're a Michigan State fan, and I imagine you're a little bit concerned.
I am. They have been concerned not just today, but all season. They have had really no offense. The defense has played well. The offense just hasn't clicked. It's a real disappointment after last year's Rose Bowl victory, but we're delighted with the Rose Bowl victory. And I noticed Jim Dabrowski, we're reminded of fact that when I was a senior in college, they beat Michigan State to go to the Rose Bowl in the fall of 1963.
Yes, we did, 13-0. We had, as many people may remember, the game was scheduled on a Saturday. That was the day after President Kennedy was assassinated. They delayed the game to Thanksgiving Day, and it was quite an event.
It was a heartbreaker for us for two reasons, both the Kennedy assassination and losing. As you know, Duffy Daugherty, to this day, to his grave, believed that if we played on Thanksgiving Day, Michigan State would have won. But we're back here now with, we hope, the restoration of a great tradition.
Well, this certainly is, Governor Blanchard, a great tradition, and Wayne Duke and I were very excited to be able to have the opportunity to do this game. I've watched it many, many years, and it's a thrill to be here.
What advice do you give the offense today, Jim?
Stay where they're at. Keep moving the way they're doing it. You know, I think they have to find a way to get the ball to Andre Rison.
Yeah.
Gillette
He scored their only 2 touchdowns of the year.
Courtney Hawkins on the return across the 30-yard line, and Michigan State starts in good field position near the 32 at a 1st and 10 out of 35-yard return. Key made the tackle on the play for Michigan. Well, Governor, now I understand that most governors in this Michigan State rivalry will sit on one side of the first half and another side in the second half, but you make no bones about it. You're sitting in the Spartan side all the way through.
I'm a loyal Spartan, and I root for Michigan when they don't play Michigan State, and I'm proud to do that. They're a great, great school, great team, but my loyalties are obvious, and I don't try to hide them.
Bobby McAllister on a 1st and 10. The short pattern to Gasevich, the tight end, out to about the 38-yard line, maybe the 39. Gain of 6 or 7 yards on the play.
Governor Blanchard asked, what should you do in the second half? And I think, Governor, that's what you got to do. You have to hit those short patterns and be very patient on your offense.
Second down upcoming. Second and about 4. Gain of 6 on the play for Michigan State. Bobby McAllister at quarterback. He has struggled this year. They make no bones about it. His play is really a key to the conference season for Michigan State. Defensively, they've been sound, and they have a good running game. Easel had to cut it back and went nowhere. Ran into a wall of maize and blue.
A little bit of a hole open early, but Ezor looked like he wanted to go outside. By the time he made his decision to cut back, that hole was gone.
Mesner, the defensive tackle with that great pursuit quickness, made the stop, and now Michigan State forced into a 3rd down and 4 yards to go. There's McAllister.
Well, Wayne White got the sack, but it was really the play of the nose guard, Mike Teeter, that put the pressure on McAllister, forced him out of the pocket.
Loss of 2 or 3 yards on the play. Got an injured Spartan down on the field. Hard to tell on the number. He's being screened from us, basically. Been a hard-hitting, been a physical game thus far, Governor.
Well, it usually is, and you never know with the preseason ratings what's going to happen. I've seen so many upsets in this game that I would never want to count anybody out. I certainly wouldn't count the Spartans out, even though their record has not been great this year. And
I believe that's Mandarich down to the field.
That's who it is.
That would be. Let's hope that's simply a temporary problem, because, as you know, we just got him back. He's the premier offensive tackle in the country.
There's Mandarich in the center of your screen.
May have gotten cut across the knee a little bit there, and inadvertently by a White.
I think
intentional.
As White was going to make the tackle, that was a leg whip by White into Mandarich, and he may have caught it into the gut. He's walking off the field like he's all right. I think what happened is he got the
wind knocked out of him.
The heel of White's foot into the stomach, got the wind knocked out of him, and he looks mad.
That's unusual. 315 pounds, all muscle, 6'6", dying to play. I would not want to be playing opposite him when he comes back in on this next series.
Butland in punt formation gets his kick away. Colasar giving chase, but this one sails out of bounds. Michigan's going to get it in good field position up at the Wolverine 43-yard line. Governor Blanchard, we want to let you get back to the ball game. Thank you so much for taking time out with us. Governor James Blanchard, the governor of the great state of Michigan. We've got a break of the action. 13:48 left to be played. We are third period of play. We'll return after these words from your local stations. Wayne Larrivee, Jim Grabowski a moment ago. Tony Mandarich got the wind knocked out of him. Let's take another look at it. Watch number 60 coming in from the left side of your screen.
That's Mark Messner. Now watch his helmet get right into the rib cage of Mandarich. You'll see it right there. The helmet just drives into the stomach, the solar plexus area of Mandarich, and he got the wind knocked out of him.
Now 1st and 10 for Michigan, just short of the Wolverine 43-yard line. Michigan leading 10-0, 13:48 to go, third period. There's Mandarich. This is Bowles. Miller was there to make the stop after a gain of 3 at the 45-yard line.
Again, Wayne, that play designed to go up the middle between the tackles. Nothing there. It was all jammed up. He had Bowles had to bounce it to the outside, and Miller was up for the force.
Followed a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Tony Bowles leaves the lineup now. Michigan with their pass offense. Watch the fullback, Leroy Ford. He popped open on a number of occasions in this type of situation in the first half. Callaway at the top of your screen. Taylor. Miller may go all the way. To the 4-yard line. John Miller, who picked off 4 passes in this game a year ago, gets his first interception of the season here.
Michael Taylor's first interception of this season also, Wayne, and it looked like he was confused. I think Michigan State got into a safety up zone. Miller had the short, flat area. Taylor not expecting, never saw Miller in that area, and it looked like Taylor was throwing it to Miller, the only receiver in that general area.
They mark it at the 5-yard line where it's 1st and goal for the Spartans. Double tight ends in the game. Ezor upended by Peter, short of the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1.
Once again, Wayne, the play of the nose guard. If there's been any outstanding play, and there's been several, but maybe the most outstanding has been the nose guard. In this case, Mike Teeter, number 91, had great penetration. The center of Michigan, Dave Martin, is having great difficulty with both of the nose guards, Osmond and Teeter.
2nd down, goal to go from the 6. Ezor into the middle, down to the 4. Picked up 2. 3rd down and goal to go. Brent White got over in coverage, and on the bottom of the pile, T.J. Osmond. Teeter was also there.
I'm a little surprised, Wayne, they didn't try to get out to the perimeter in some type of play. That middle of the Michigan Wolverine defense had it really clogged up. No place to go.
3rd down and goal to go. The football just inside the 5-yard line. Michigan 0 for its last 4 tries on 3rd down. Now there's some confusion. They're going to have to call a timeout.
It looked like Eric Moten was in the game at left guard, but Bob Kula did not get out of the game. A lot of confusion out there.
So Michigan State still has a 3rd down and goal to go from the 5, and they'll try to sort it out on the sidelines. We have 11:45 left to be played in the 3rd period. The Wolverines lead the Spartans 10-0. Wayne Larrivee and Jim Grabowski, another one of the programs that we were able to dig up here yesterday. Our staff, crack staff, going way back to 1955. So far, we haven't seen any programs that had Michigan State winning yet. I wonder if that's because they dug into the Michigan archives here.
I think that's the reason.
That could be.
Of course, 1955 was around the time where that man was playing at Michigan State.
Yep. All right, third down and goal to go. The nose of the football just inside the Michigan 5-yard line.
Wayne, let's see if they get McAllister in some kind of option type of play where he can run or throw the football.
Third and goal to go. McAllister just short of the mark. Alex Marshall on a touchdown-saving ankle grab.
Boy, it's decision time now. Let's see the run by McAllister. Good tackle coming from behind by Alex Marshall, number 59. McAllister trying to reach that ball into the end zone, but to no avail. He's short.
All right. It sure is decision time, but I believe Michigan State is going for the field goal. They want the points at this juncture of the game. 10:54 left to go. This will be about a 13-yard field goal attempt. Langloh puts Michigan State on the scoreboard with 10:43 to go in this third period of play. The interception by John Miller, 48-yard return. And Michigan State has cut the deficit to 7. Wolverines 10, Spartans 3. Back after these words from your local stations. Stay tuned to the end of today's game. Jim and I will be naming the Budweiser player of the game. And coming up next week, we will be at Wisconsin, where the Fighting Illini take on the Badgers. Illinois with that big upset of Ohio State on the road last week, and Illinois playing at home to Purdue this week. And the Spartan fans have something to cheer about. They've got a few points on the board. Player of the game coming up, a lot of possibilities, but I would say we'd have to go with the defensive players that stands right now. Mike Teeter of Michigan has been outstanding in the interior portion of that defense.
He's done a great job at nose guard.
Remember the Budweiser player of the game after today's game. Penalty marker down. For a reset condition.
The old sunspot.
Yeah, the old sunspot routine this time of year. There's the Michigan band. Michigan State scoring drive, 4 plays, 4 yards.
Wayne, that penalty on the Michigan kickoff kick receiving team was the first penalty that has not been on the offense of Michigan.
Penalty backs it up inside the 15 to near the 11-yard line. 18-yard field goal by Langloh moments ago put Michigan State on the scoreboard, but the play that set it up, John Miller's 48-yard interception return. So Michigan starts back inside its 15-yard line. Michael Taylor, quarterback at the helm. Tony Bowles into heavy traffic. Maybe 4 yards out of that. 3 probably. Travis Davis got over to make the stop on the play. He's played exceptionally well. 24 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for losses, and a pass deflection coming into the game, along with Percy Snow. They have really solidified the inside of that Michigan State defense. Second down at 7, give them a gain of 3.
You just saw Snow go off to the sideline. It looked like a little bit of pain. He's being replaced by Chuck Bulla.
Down marker. I believe they're going to mark it a yard short at the 21-yard line. Travis Davis chased him down.
You'll see some athletic ability here most quarterbacks would have ended with a sack, but watch Michael Taylor, little play action. Now look at the pressure coming in from there. Good sidestep moving out, good speed to get to the outside. He's out running 75, Travis Davis, almost to the first down.
3rd and a yard to go for Michigan, so they load up on the tight ends. And Michigan in the wishbone formation. Bowles and Williams are the halfbacks. They go to the fullback, Horde, and Leroy Horde picks up the first down out across the 21 to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. 9:53 left to go in the 3rd period. Michigan leading 10-3. Beautiful day for college football here in Ann Arbor. And this has been what we expected, a defensive brawl thus far. At the bottom of your screen, Callaway and Kolasar, the wide receivers. Bowles and Horde, the running backs, behind Taylor on first down. This is Bowles, forced to the outside by Miller, taken out of play on the near side by Larson. Again, another graphic example of how Michigan State's defense works. It stretches you out to the sidelines.
If you want to draw it up on the board, how to stop that sweep, you just stretch it out, Good force by Miller out of his safety position, drove him to the sidelines. Let's watch it here. You'll see the handoff now to Bowles. He's got no place to turn it up inside. The force by Miller drives him further out to the outside, and it's Larson that makes the hit to drive Bowles out of bounds.
Loss of about a half yard on the play. Michigan out of 2nd down. A little bit more than 10 to go. Taylor got by some people, and now he's got some real estate. Great quickness, great change of direction. 11-yard gain. Jenkins and Donaldson team up on it, and boy, it looked like they had him captured dead to rights.
Well, you say you can't pick up any yardage on your own. Look at this play's going to the right.
Sunland had him right there.
Sunland had the shot at him, reversed his direction. Taylor's coming back, picks it up all on his own. First down.
Michigan drive began back inside the 15-yard line. Taylor now 43 yards on 9 carries. They've held Bowles pretty much under wraps, but Taylor has just been a pesky little guy running out there for Michigan. This is Bowles. Tripped up on a nifty ankle tackle on the play that time by Charles Bulla, Chuck Bulla. His 8:30 left to go, 3rd period of play. There are the rushing leaders. Now, we have seen Thompson, Bowles, and Broussard in our 4 weeks on the Big Ten Network. Taylor to the air. Wide open, Derek Walker. First down into Spartan territory at the 46. Vincent Donaldson made the stop after a 13-yard gain.
But it all may come back, Wayne.
Yep, holding call, it looks like. The penalty marker thrown in the middle of the offensive line. Or in the offensive backfield, I should say. Flipping the call against Michigan, not holding.
Let's see if we can pick up the clip. On the left side of your screen, there it is, 67 coming in from behind on the block on Sunland. 67, John Vitelli.
All Big Ten center.
Oh, even the all Big Ten guys.
Yep, make a mistake once in a while. First down now, and 2nd down rather, in a long yardage situation for the Wolverines. Boy, Walker popped wide open on that play.
He sure did. I think that Percy Snow was the defender on the play, and he just got lost a little bit as Walker came off his tight end position.
Single back offense, 3 receivers in the ball game for Michigan. 2nd and 20. This is Horde, Leroy Horde. First down. on the near side finally forced him out.
Wayne, it looks like Michigan State went into more of a man-for-man, and when they got it, Michigan went into 3 wide receiver offense. This is a draw play. Horde looks inside. Now he bounces to the outside. Now you'll see there is no force on the outside, and now Horde turns it back inside. He's not going to run out of bounds. Look at him maintain his feet. Maintain those feet. Keep driving. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spartans are in on the tackle.
Big first down for Michigan. Leroy Horde. Here's Bowles. Bowles still on his feet. Finally driven down the play. Percy Snow got there along with Carlos Jenkins, couple of linebackers. Again, we want to alert our viewers that due to the atmospheric conditions, sunspots, we may be experiencing some brief breakup in our transmission. So, again, please bear with us. We're working on the condition right now, and it should be temporary. Second down out of that tough run by Bowles. He got barely 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
But that was a very tough run by Bowles. He had 3 people have shots on him. And it looks like Michigan is forcing Michigan State into missing those tackles.
Bowles the tail of the tandem on a 2nd down call from the State 49. Taylor. Intercepted on the play. Penalty marker is down. Larson made the interception, and he's covered up back at the Michigan State 35.
And I think that penalty is going to go against Michigan. It looked like a holding call. Let's see it. That's what it is, holding against Michigan. They'll decline the penalty, and it'll be Michigan State's football.
Second turnover of the second half via the interception route by Michael Taylor, who coming into today's game in 4 outings did not throw an interception. Now the turnovers, Michigan has 2, Michigan State 1. And the Spartans trying to get back into this game, trailing by 7, have another opportunity.
Before the season started, Bo Schembech would have said one of the things we're going to improve upon is turnovers. We're not going to make our quarterbacks have to come up with a big play. Well, I think Michael Taylor may be trying to do too much out there this afternoon.
2 interceptions have come not on 3rd down plays, but I believe on 1st and then 2nd down. McAllister almost picked up on the play. Oh, man, Bobby Abrams made a break on the ball, and he might have been gone.
Here's the interception by the Spartans. Good reaction back to the football. Look at that. Kurt Larson. Larson's the kind of guy that's just in the action. Doesn't seem to look like he should be able to do it, but somehow he's always around the football. Now another good defensive play. Very dangerous pass by McAllister. Bobby Abrams almost picks that ball off.
2nd and 10. McAllister. Moore had some running room right through his hands.
Boy, the flank was wide open. If James Moore could have held on to the football, he could have picked up some good yardage. Definitely a first down. And the ball was right there.
3rd and 10 now for Michigan State. They are just 2 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. I believe they're averaging around 8 or 9 yards on 3rd down tries.
Well, they were the worst in the league coming into this game in 3rd down conversion, 3rd down efficiency.
McAllister again to the air. Pressured by Messner. Gets away. Short of the first down is McAllister out to the 43-yard line. He got about 7 or 8 yards. Abrams made the tackle of the play. So the Michigan defense continues stingy. Michigan State forced to punt it away again. Colasar back deep to receive this kick from Josh Butlin.
Credit Mark Messner with great pursuit on that play. He forced McAllister out of the pocket, showed his great quickness.
Dave Martin on the snap. 5:44 to go in the 3rd. Would it bring rain if there were any clouds overhead? Colasar with a fair catch, and Michigan will start from its 27-yard line. 30-yard punt, but sufficient leverage to deny any kind of a return. 5:34 to go in the 3rd. There we go, back to 1963, the Michigan State program. That game ended in a 7-all tie.
Well, that's not so far back now. I can remember those.
Oh, yeah. You were a star back then. First and 10, Michigan at the Wolverine 27-yard line. They lead 10-3 with 5:34 to go in the third. Michael Taylor has had a shaky third period with 2 interceptions. Bo's going to keep it on the ground. Horde has been running hard here in the second half, and he gets a quick 5. Percy Snow, the middle linebacker, floated the ball. Be interesting to see, in light of the interceptions, how Michigan approaches the second half. There's the first down play selection.
That's more like Michigan.
Yep.
17 runs, 4 passes.
Second down, he got a little bit more than 5 yards. Call it 6, 2nd and 4. Taylor to Bowles. Bowles denies the first down. Got it out to the 35. Gain of a couple of more yards, where it'll be a third down and 2 yards to go coming up. Percy Snow again. We mentioned him at the top of the show today. He'd make a lot of tackles, and he certainly has been a busy man.
Well, he shows his range on that play. That option, he makes the tackle a yard from the sideline. He's the middle linebacker. He's not the outside guy.
3rd and 2 for Michigan. Important third down call, I'd say, for the Michigan State defense. Bowles leads the ball game along with the tight end Derek Walker, and they add an extra wide receiver with some speed on the flanks. They have great speed to the Wolverines on the flanks.
They're going to run the football there.
Or the lone setback.
Long again.
Taylor. Caught from behind. Very close to the first down, but I believe he's short of it. Reininger made the tackle for Michigan State less than a yard away from the first down, and I believe they're close enough to measure it.
We had said earlier that Michigan calls a lot of quarterback draws. That's what it is right here. Michael Taylor going back as if he's going to pass, sees the opening to the outside. Now, good reaction by number 40, Tim Reininger.
Michigan is less than a yard away from the first down, but in this situation, Bo's going to kick it away. At the Wolverine 37-yard line, Mike Gillette comes out of punt formation. Gillette is an excellent field goal kicker. We've talked about his abilities there. He's now the number 2 all-time scorer in Michigan history, but he's been doing an excellent job punting the football, coming in at 43 yards per punt, averaging a little over 41 today. Looks like some offsides and a block punt. It's going to be offsides coming up against Michigan State. The man who took the ball into the end zone was Corey Pryor.
You're so right, Wayne. That's all coming back. What seemed like a Michigan State touchdown is going to end up as a first down for Michigan. The outside man just jumped. He was in the neutral zone.
So Michigan will get a first down out of this. And Jim, the more you watch this third period of play, the second half, that Michigan State defense has been on the field an awful long time. And that's a very big, powerful offensive line for Michigan, averaging almost 290 pounds a man, about 287 to be exact. And you got to figure the wear down factor is going to come into play before long. Michigan's offense gets new life. That's the 42. Wolverines leading by 7 at 10-3. Leroy Horde running hard. Got almost 8 yards. Kurt Larson made the tackle.
When you notice how Michigan always adjusts offensively, Michigan State has done a good job of shutting down on Bowles. Who's been the key runner in the second half? The fullback, Leroy Horde.
Horde came into the game with 85 yards rushing, 3-yard average and 2 touchdowns. Gain of 7 on the previous play. He's got almost 85 yards now. it away that time. He was covered quickly on the play by John Buddy, who got up, shake it up a bit. Buddy came right over the top and covered up Michael Taylor. He couldn't pitch it to anyone. A loss of a couple of yards or a yard. Third down.
I think Michael Taylor, as he went to the turf, rolled into the knee of John Buddy, and he looks like he's all right. He's going off the field right now under his own power, jogging off the field, but I think he just stunned his knee a little bit.
McMurtry. Callaway at the top of your screen. Colasar to the bottom. 3rd and 4. Taylor has time. Ford wide open. Percy Snow rides him down, literally rode him down to the 46-yard line of Michigan State. It is a first down.
This is the 3rd time they've run this play. Receivers go down the field. Michael Taylor looks downfield, but his key receiver right now is Horde, Leroy Horde, number 33, who sneaks out of the backfield, wide open. He got that short yardage. 3rd down and short, under 5 yards. And you'll see Snow coming into the picture after Larson missed the tackle. Here's Snow, shows his range. Once again, good tackle by Percy Snow, but not in time to prevent the first down.
A little over 2 minutes left to go. 3rd period of play. Michigan on the drive at the Michigan State 46. This is Bowles. Oh, he was met by Travis Davis at the line of scrimmage. Went nowhere.
Bowles doing a little dancing, trying to find the hole. He took one too many dance steps because Travis Davis laid the lumber on him.
2nd down coming up. A little bit more than 9 yards to go. Michigan leading by 7, 10-3. 3 receivers in the ball game now for Michigan. That's Colasar at the top of the screen. They set up a slot to the bottom. Michael Taylor. The release man again is the fullback, Chris Horn, and he's nailed immediately by John Miller. Well, you know, Jim, continually, they have not been able to make the adjustment of picking up the fullback out of the backfield in passing situations.
Well, they adjusted this time by keeping the safety, John Miller, in close. They were looking for the play, but they did still give up 6 yards. Now, here's the dangerous part. For the Spartans, they only have 4 yards to give up before they give another first down. So you may be able to look again. They may take their fullback again out in that flare type of pattern, but this time watch for the tight end. If it's a passing situation, passing down.
There's Taylor on 3rd downs. Undershot the intended receiver. Poor pass by Taylor, and he's not too happy with himself. 4th down. Michigan will be forced to punt. That bend but don't break defense of Michigan State has hung tough here. Mike Gillette reappears on the field, and there is Courtney Hawkins. Freshman dropping back deep. 37 seconds to go in the 3rd. There's Gillette's numbers for today. Oh, he's going to run with it. He'll get the first down and more. Maybe a score. Touchdown!
You see a mighty happy young man, Mike Gillette, 40-yard touchdown run.
Mike Gillette, I believe, with that touchdown, had just moved into first place in the Michigan scoring column ahead of Anthony Carter. Gillette for the point after. Michigan's all-time leading scorer, Mike Gillette, has just broken it open with 27 seconds left to go in the 3rd.
I don't think this was a freelance by Mike Gillette. This was a called play. Makes the punt. Look at it. He sees it right now. Michigan felt that Michigan State was going to come with the rush from the left side, leaving the offensive left side wide open. You'll see Mike Gillette pointing out, make a block here. I got it right there. He knows he's got the score.
That touchdown dramatically changes the complexion of this ball game now. 14-point lead for Michigan. 27 seconds left to go in the third.
Great call by Bo Schembechler. I think they saw something on that last attempted block by Michigan State, the one that would have given State a touchdown. It was blocked. Someone in the press box up here say, listen, when they go for it, they leave the other side wide open. Let's call a fake. They did it, and it worked as well as it could.
There's the scoring drive, 73 yards in 10 plays. Back deep on the far side, or top of your screen. Hawkins on the near side. This kick carrying deep into the end zone, and Hawkins will down it. Michigan State will start 1st and 10 from the 20.
Well, Mike Gillette's legs weren't too tired after that run. He puts it deep into the end zone.
All-time leading scorer in Michigan now, 247 points, as we mentioned. 27 seconds left to go.
What a way
I would say Michigan State is going to, well, they can't be patient. Let's put it that way. They're going to have to throw the football here. Final half minute of the third period. McAllister, good protection. Just short of a first down are the Michigan State Spartans. Moore, the receiver. David Key made the stop. Steve Montgomery reports on now for James Moore in the backfield. Well, they're going to apparently mark it as a first down. Where he initially marked it, it looked like it would be second and short. Gain of 10 on that play out to the 30-yard line. Wilson in motion. Blake Ezor. Ezor close to a first down, just short of the 40-yard line. Veda Murray and David Key supported from the secondary and some extracurricular activity on the far side.
And a flag has been thrown, Wayne. I think they're going to call it. Well, I thought they were going to call it on Michigan hitting out of bounds, but the way a few of the Michigan Wolverines are clapping their hands, they think it's going to go against the Spartans.
Personal foul against Michigan State. I'm sorry, Jim, that's a loss of poise.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think one of the Spartans made a block out of bounds. Let's see if we can pick it up. This is a fine run right there. Oh, it's Mandarich.
Yep. Into the linebacker, Alex Marshall.
That may be a little frustration coming out of that young man, Tony Mandarich.
17-3 now, Michigan on top. 16 seconds left to go. And this is the third period of play, and Michigan State backed up now with a second down at 15. Been a quiet day for Andre Rison. McAllister will be looking for him. Mesner. McAllister threw it away. Mesner was coming quickly, and he was actually blocked out of the play by his own man, Alex Marshall.
Mesner had a shot at McAllister, but Marshall knocked him off. Well, Mesner, Mark Mesner, you see him right there, continues to impress us. He is the leader in the Big Ten in tackles for loss.
Anthony Mitchell, number 20, reports into the Wolverine secondary. Bobby Abrams, the linebacker, leads. Third down at 15 for Michigan State.
Michigan State has not completed a pass to a wide receiver this afternoon.
McAllister may be looking that way now. Intercepted by Welburn. Through the hands of Gusevich. Welburn intercepts. Wolverines in business inside the 25.
Good coverage by the Wolverines. McAllister going to Gusevich. Ball thrown high off his fingertips, and when that happens, the old tip drill comes into place. Let's look at McAllister. He's looking to his tight end, Gusevich, all the way off his fingertips. There's Welburn to pick it off, and another big turnover for the Wolverines.
Michigan leading by 14 at 17-3. Ford and Bowles are the running backs. Third start today inside Michigan State territory for the Wolverines. Bowles. Well, that defense remains tough. That Percy Snow hasn't given up on anything yet. He made the tackle. As time expires in this third period of play. Coming up, the final 15 minutes in this rivalry between Michigan and Michigan State, and the Wolverines threatening to blow it wide open, leading by 14. We'll return to Michigan Stadium after this from your local station, the Big Ten Football Network. The Valvoline Big Ten High Performance Player of the Week is Michigan running back Tony Bowles. Last week at Wisconsin, Tony rushed for 179 yards on 10 carries and scored 3 touchdowns, all in the first half. His 151-yard game is the third in the nation. Congratulations to Tony Bowles, the Valvoline Big Ten High Performance Player of the Week. A little tougher yardage this week. Yards are tougher to come by is what I'm trying to say. And we expected that. Michigan State's a fine defense against the run. Michigan in business. On a second down, 7 yards to go call near the 21-yard line. Michigan State player who has an equipment problem.
So far this afternoon, Wayne, we've talked about Percy Snow. He has made 13 tackles.
Snow, well, we said in the beginning he would make a lot of tackles, a lot of snow. I believe that's Antonio Mitchell, who started this year as a flanker and has been moved to the defensive secondary for Michigan State, number 20, who had an equipment problem. Final 15 minutes of play. Taylor. This is Bowles. Forced to take a deep drop, and he lost a yard or two back outside the 22-yard line.
Boy, a fine job of defending that option. You'll see how the defense of the Spartans just strings this play out. It's the option. Michael Taylor looks inside, sees nothing there, makes the pitch out to Bowles. Bowles has got Horde in front of him, but Horde can only make a block on one. There are 3 white jerseys of the Spartans. Great defense.
Larson and Reed pursued well on the play. Now, we apparently had a penalty marker down. I didn't see a flag down, but the officials are conferring. Holding the call.
On the offense. Repeat, second down.
Against Michigan. I did not see that flag down. I'm sorry about that. So
I didn't either.
The Spartans accept the penalty, back up Michigan to the 31-yard line, where the Wolverines face the second down. Second down at about 17 yards to go. Tony Bowles leaves the lineup. Derek Walker goes on, along with an extra wide receiver. McMurtry, Colasar, and Callaway, the wide receivers in the ball game for Michigan. Second and 17. Taylor couldn't quite get away. Michael Taylor brought down back outside the 31. Travis Davis with an ankle grab. Going to watch the pressure, watch the wave of pressure.
You'll see number 64, Chris Sunderland, coming in inside. Then the loop out to the outside by Davis, but it's Sunderland who makes the initial penetration to force Taylor out of the pocket.
And then he's tripped up, I think, by Ridgway.
Ridgway, I believe you're right, not the tackler we had. Jason Ridgway made the play. Third down for Michigan. 3rd and 19, loss of 2. Bowles, that time he was hit by Davis, and he makes the stop. Loss of a couple of more yards. Penalty marker down late after the play, I believe, had been whistled dead. Thrown back near the 29-yard line.
Well, the Spartans are pointing at the Wolverines. Let's see what the official says.
Personal foul, Michigan.
And it's a dead ball foul, Wayne. That means the play will stand up. They'll still assess the penalty.
Yes. And it'll be 4th down. Let's take a look at what's going on around the country. Penn State leading Cincinnati in the 4th period of play rather comfortably. Clemson and Virginia still scoreless now in the 3rd period. Virginia Tech leading South Carolina at half. Memphis State leading Florida. A bit of a surprise at halftime. And Illinois on the board against Purdue early in the Big Ten. We'll see the Fighting Illini coach John Makovic next week up in Wisconsin. Nebraska, as expected, over Kansas in the early going. Iowa leading Wisconsin. And Alabama has the edge on Mississippi. Courtney Hawkins back deep. Mike Gillette on in punt formation. Gillette angling for the near side. Oh, he hit it straight on. It gets the bounce inside the 20. Thought it looked like he was trying to kick that ball to the near side. Michigan has it well covered, and Michigan State will start some 91 yards away from the goal line. 13:07 left to go. 43-yard punt for Gillette that time. Michigan State starts back inside at the 10-yard line. Will return after these words from your local stations. Bowski back at Michigan Stadium. Some of the shots you're enjoying from field level provided by Rohrman Auto Sales, Lafayette, Indiana, and Schaumburg, Illinois. 13:07 left to go the football game. Michigan in command at the moment. Michigan State has it offensively, and they begin this drive at their 9-yard line. Michigan State at exactly the position they didn't want to be in, and that is in a catch-up situation to the 4th period.
Exactly right, Wayne, and this is the 3rd time they've started a drive from inside their own 10-yard line.
Rise into the bottom of your screen. Wilson to the top. McAllister has to look to the air. He was sandwiched by Marshall and Mesner. Loss of about 4.
Well, McAllister has to make his decision a little quicker. You'll see he looks downfield, looking right, then towards the center. Now, here's when he had to make his decision right away, a little bit too late, and he gets the sack.
3rd sack of the day for the Wolverine defense. Wow. Been a long drought for the Spartans for the 1st down on the board. Ezor, not much there. J.J. Grant filled in from the linebacking corps.
We keep talking about the Michigan State defense. How about giving credit to the Wolverine defense?
Number
You
1
saw those
defense in the Big
graphics.
Ten.
Boy, they're doing a heck of a job. You know, and the impressive part, I think, is they have not allowed Risen to get into this picture at all. And as we said, he is a very dangerous receiver, but they have not allowed him to even think about catching the football.
I don't think a wide receiver from Michigan State has caught a ball today. 2 of 11 on 3rd down for Michigan State. Ezor around the end. Gets by Marshall. He's got a chance. At least for the 1st down to the 24-yard line.
Oh, boy, that's what speed will do for you.
Beta Murray, after 18-yard pickup, made the tackle.
You'll see that this is strung out pretty well, but the great speed of Blake Ezor on this toss to Ezor, 26. Now look at it. He sees the only opening, the outside. Now he's going to outrun Marshall, or Abrams right there. No, that's Marshall.
Marshall.
Just as great speed. Now, good cutting ability. Back up inside. He gets the 1st down, all on speed.
Beta Murray made an athletic play to run him down. Highland Hickson in the ball game, almost lost the football. He got maybe a yard. Mark McAllister made the stop on the play. Hickson, a young sophomore out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We mentioned him earlier. In the same high school as Lorenzo White. And matter of fact, broke Lorenzo White's single-season rushing record at Hickson, or rather at Dillard High School. 1,700 yards rushing as a senior.
Wayne, we didn't hear much of Mark Mesner in the first half, but this second half, he's been all over the field.
2nd and 9.
There he is.
Spartans. There he is. Great quickness. Don Morton was talking about it, the Wisconsin coach, this week. Rising to the 49-yard line. And finally, the All-America caliber wide receiver gets involved. 24-yard pass play. David Keene, Beta Murray made the stop in the deep secondary.
Well, that's the man they had to get the ball to if they want to get back into the game quickly. We talked about Mesner. Here he is on the pass rush.
There he is on Mandarich. Classic matchup there. Whoa. Marshall took him down out of the play just as he was getting to the quarterback. Back live, Esor on a tough couple of yards into Michigan territory. Brent White, the defensive tackle, made the stop on the play. A junior from Dayton, Ohio. 9 tackles and 5 sacks coming into the game today.
Well, Mesner's not the only guy with good quickness. Brent White made the tackle from the offside. Good hustle.
They've got to get the ball into Andre Risen's hands. No question. You know what I was thinking last night, Jim, as we talked, they've got Tony Mandarich shaken up again for Michigan State. The thing I was thinking about, they said they had to get the ball into Risen's hands. What about a reverse?
Well, the problem with the reverse against Michigan, I mean, they do pursue well, but their secondary coverage is mostly zone.
Right.
So their guys, the corners will usually
They'll stay at home, right. And that's probably why we haven't seen it.
A reverse works best against a very tough pursuing team that plays a lot of man-to-man.
Mandarich heads out. Mandarich and Mesner have been matched up on many occasions today. George Perlis said he'd flip-flop Mandarich to follow Mesner, who always plays on the wide side of the field, again, to take advantage of his quickness and chasing down ball carriers. And they're very good friends off the field. 2 great players in 2 outstanding programs. 7th play of the drive coming up for Michigan State. They face a 2nd down and 8 yards to go. The rush is on. Hit by Marshall. Nowhere to go. T.J. Osmond finished him off. Back inside Spartan territory. My goodness, what a loss.
Wayne, Michigan does that so well and so often. Just when you think you have something going, they'll come with the blitz. They'll surprise you, and they'll come up with a big play defensively.
3rd down and long.
Let's watch it right now. McAllister in a great pressure from number 59, Alex Marshall, and then he's finished off by number 94, T.J. Osmond.
3rd and 24. There, 3 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. This time McAllister has time. Nearly intercepted by 2 Wolverines. First off, almost picked off by J.J. Grant, and then John Milligan almost took it away on the tip drill.
Well, in that kind of situation, you know who they were going to try to go to. Andre Rison. Michigan certainly knew they were going for him. Great defense by Michigan.
Watch Rison. Here's the intended receiver.
Deep turn-in pattern, but the underneath coverage. You'll see the coverage underneath right there on the tip. That was J.J. Grant.
Josh Butlin on in punt formation. Colasar back deep. Good pickup. Colasar's going to let it go. Nope. Good play by Colasar. He got it out to the 20-yard line. Maybe the 21. 49-yard punt, 5-yard return. Dixon Edwards forced him out of the far side. 8:46 left to go. Michigan still leading by plenty. We'll return after these words from your local stations. Stay tuned to the end of today's game when Jim and I will be naming the Budweiser player of the game. And Jim, at this juncture,
It's got to be in the Michigan defense. They've done such a job of shutting down the Michigan State Spartans. I had mentioned the nose guard Teeter or Osmond, but now it looks to me that Mesner has become the key factor.
Remember, the Budweiser player of the game coming up after today's game. Wolverines at a 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. The fullback, Horde. Leroy Horde got about 4 out of that. Percy Snow and over to make the play along with Chris Sunland.
Wayne, they had taken Tony Mandarich off the field into the locker room for evaluation. They said he was having irregular breathing, but he is back out on the sideline. That's a tough young man.
Irregular breathing, I wouldn't fool around with that.
Nope.
Gain of 3 in the previous play. 2nd and 7 now for Michigan. Taylor all by himself. Got a 1st down out near the 35-yard line. Percy Snow pursued him out of play. Boy, if Michigan State was leading, we'd be talking Percy Snow for player of the game. 11-yard pickup. There's Mandarich. Some say he could possibly, depending on who gets the first pick in the NFL draft coming up next spring, be the first player selected.
You see the size of those arms? Those are tree trunks, aren't they?
I think he has 3 milkshakes and 3 pounds of chicken for dinner. That's a lot of bird, isn't it? There's Bo Schembechler on the Michigan sidelines. 1st down from the 35. Up the middle. Good power run by Tony Bowles across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Travis Davis and Matt Vanderbeek on the stop for Michigan State. The thing that Michigan will do now, they'll keep grinding it out on the ground, and 7:40 now left to go in the game. Michigan State down 17-3.
Well, I think the fatigue factor may be taking its toll on Michigan State and the size of that Michigan offensive line.
They aren't small, and they load up on the tight ends, double tight ends in the ball game, 1 wide receiver. Leroy Ford, the fullback, for short yardage, didn't need a whole lot. Needed about 2.5 to get the 1st down. I believe he's just short. Vanderbeek and Reidinger on the stop for Michigan State. Mike Gillette on a 40-yard touchdown run out of punt formation has broken the game open. Michigan now to 3rd down. Wishbone formation. 3rd down, about a yard. Horn, the fullback, gets the 1st down. Chris Horn out of Huntsville, Alabama. Reidinger makes the stop.
Not much of a hole, but certainly enough to get that 1st down. You know, you think of this game, you had said Mike Gillette ran out of the punt formation for a touchdown 4 or 5 plays previous to that. In that same series, Michigan State blocks the punt for a touchdown. We could have had a 10-10 tie.
Exactly. Callaway, the lone wide receiver in the game. We don't expect Taylor to go to the air, at least not too often here. 6.5 minutes to go. Bowles to the midfield marker and not much farther. May have nosed the football inside of Michigan State territory. Travis Davis made the stop on the play, along with John Miller.
I mean, there was one heck of a block put on by Chris Horn. He just cut out the feet of Chris Sunland. If you're going to run the football in a tailback offense, your fullback better be a blocker.
Horn's been a pleasant surprise. He has the qualities of a power runner, but also has some niftiness about him. And has become a good blocker. I feel he has great potential. Related to the NFL linebacker, Emmanuel King of Cincinnati. 7th play of the Michigan drive. 2nd down and 5. Taylor still has it. Fell forward and picked up about a yard to the 48-yard line. Reidinger made the stop for Michigan State, pursuing from behind.
That's pretty impressive speed by Reidinger. He's a down lineman. He's the interior tackle, and he runs down Michael Taylor from behind.
3rd down, and it's about 4 yards to go coming up for Michigan now at the Michigan State 48-yard line. It's been no quit in that Michigan State defense.
No, I don't think you'll find a team coached by George Perlis that's going to have any quitting.
Bowles and Horn, the running backs. 3rd down for Taylor and company. Walker, one-handed catch. Nicely done for a first down at the 35. 13-yard gain.
Excellent read by Michael Taylor. Michigan State came with the blitz by Kurt Larson. And Taylor hit the tight end right in the area where Larson vacated. Let's watch it. See a little bit of a fake. Taylor standing up. You'll see number 3, Larson, coming in on the blitz. And who gets it? Walker. Right where Larson vacated. Good grab by Walker.
Of the 2 tight ends who play a lot, Brown and Walker, Walker's the better receiver, and they're not afraid to go to him. First down now, the Michigan State 33, just outside the 33. Chris Horn. Good decision to bounce to the outside. He got about 6 on the play. Miller and Snow on the stop.
We mentioned Percy Snow's name all afternoon. Once again, in on the tackle. But you notice what Michigan has done. They've done a good job of double teaming in the inside, driving the down lineman back, and makes Percy Snow on his route drift deeper into the secondary. So Michigan's picking up some pretty good yardage.
2nd down and 4. But couldn't get by the pursuit of John Miller, the strong safety who made the tackle. Miller out of Farmington Hills, Michigan. Farmington Harrison High School. Honorable mention All-America last year. Had 8 interceptions, including 4 against Michigan. Had an interception earlier today and almost took it into the end zone. Went 48 yards down the sideline. Michigan very close to a first down.
That was a nifty move by Tony Bowles. He didn't pick up any yardage. Good, fine tackle by John Bowles.
Michigan has the first down, or do they? Yep, first down, Michigan.
You just feel the Spartan defense being worn down.
3 minutes, 31 seconds left to go. Michigan leading 17-3, and when your offense doesn't score a lot of points for you, they scored 33 in 4 games coming into this afternoon's action. There isn't a whole lot of hope. Out of the I formation. Here's the fullback, Horn once again, and he plows ahead for 3, maybe 4 yards. At least 3. Sundlin made the stop on the play for Michigan State.
Michigan very content with picking up 3 or 4 yards on each play. All they're concerned about right now is the clock.
Under 3 minutes to go, and Michigan leading 17-3 after opening losses to Notre Dame on a last-second field goal into Miami. They collapsed a bit down the stretch in that ball game. They had led by 16. Michigan trying to put together its 3rd straight win. This is Bowles. Percy Snow wouldn't buy the head faking, and he made the stop, forcing a 3rd down for the Wolverines from the 19-yard line. There's some acrobatics on the sideline. Fans are such a big part of college football in the Big Ten. Penalty marker down. I didn't see it go down initially in the middle of the line.
It's going to go as a hold against Michigan. Michigan certainly has had many more penalties than normal.
Yes, sir. 2.5 minutes left to go. Michigan leading 17-3. Coming up later today, Indiana and Ohio State down in Bloomington. Holding the call against Michigan. Clemson leading Virginia. And, of course, Iowa was out in front of Wisconsin in Iowa City 3-0 earlier. But that Ohio State-Indiana game could play a very big part in deciding the race. Not this early, not clinching anything for anyone, but You know, you've got to figure Ohio State can't start 0-2 in the conference race and figure they've got a chance to make it. This will be Michigan's second Big Ten win. They'll be 2-0. And Indiana is going to try to do the same. Second down now, and 18 yards to go. Back near the 31-yard line of Michigan State. Here comes the reverse to Colazar. Taylor out in front of the play blocking. Colazar out of bounds near the 22-yard line, and a penalty marker flies late.
Wayne, you asked for the reverse, but you thought Michigan State would pull it off.
Here comes a Michigan on the reverse, and we'll see what the flag is.
You got to believe it was somebody on the Spartans making the hit out of bounds.
Personal foul against Michigan State, obviously for a late hit.
And that is a dead ball foul. They'll march it off from the point of the infraction.
Dead ball, personal foul, on the defense, first down.
We're gonna see this in replay now. On the reverse. Now watch the blocking inside. Now 73, right at the top of your screen, pushes from behind. 73 is Tom Doring. Now here's the rest of it. Let's see if we can pick up the penalty that they did call up. Back in the action.
Back to live action, just a short gain on a quick pop. Snow made the tackle on the play as Bowles got the call on the carry. Not going to be a lot of fun in East Lansing tonight. Second down now for Michigan on a gain of a couple on that play. Second down at 8 yards to go. Final 2 minutes of play in this rivalry. 81st renewal of Michigan and Michigan State. And the Spartans are going to go 5 weeks without a victory. Defending Big Ten champions, Rose Bowl winners a year ago. Been a tough road to hoe thus far. Second down for Michigan. Taylor wants a timeout. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to be played. In this, the fourth period, Michigan in command and trying to take the time off the clock here at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Will return. Michigan on a second down call. Second and 13. Taylor on a draw. Tripped up in the middle of the line. He got back down to the 12-yard line. Sunland, the defensive tackle, made the stop of the play. The sophomore from Canton, Ohio, home of the college football hall, or the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And your old coach, Pete Elliott, resides in Canton now and is the curator of the Hall of Fame, or
he's the executive director. Pro Football Hall of Fame, and
great place to go.
Yep, one of truly great guys.
We want to make sure our stations know that we're behind, and we will make up our commercial. That last commercial will make it up for you right at the next break we have. This drive, Michigan, 15 plays. They've really taken some time off the clock. Nice catch by Greg McMurtry. Gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Pick up a 4. And it leaves a fourth down now for Michigan as time expires in this football game. They will not take another snap. The 81st renewal is in the book. Michigan avenges its loss to Michigan State at East Lansing a year ago with a 17-3 win over the Spartans here today. The Michigan Wolverines win their third in a row as they defeat the Michigan State Spartans 17-3. We'll be back after these words. There's another program from this great